Good morning, hope everyone is well. Thought for this morning, rising above what life throws at you. A number of years ago, we were honoured in school. Way back when the 2012 Olympics, I met the most phenomenal family. The young man was called Alex, his mum is Alison, and there was Matthew. Who was Alex? Alex was a young guy who, when he was young, he was 18 years old. When he was younger, he contracted meningitis and he was confined to a wheelchair. He was quite a sick young man. At the time, he was contemplating having his leg amputated because he was in so much pain. Alison was his mum. Who was Matthew? Matthew was a millionaire, part of a TV documentary, The Secret Millionaire, who part of the program happened to meet Alex's family. Matthew had his own story. He lost his leg in an accident, and over time he became very wealthy from compensation and built up a building empire and a property empire, and he transformed Alex's life. He renovated his family home, forged the closest bond to Alex and Alison and the family. And somehow, I can't even remember how I achieved this, but Matthew from the TV show and Alex, who lives in the Manchester area, they came into school and shared his story. Alex was so passionate about stopping other children from having meningitis that he would spend his time outside supermarkets handing out cards that would warn parents of the symptoms of meningitis and what to look for so that their child should, God forbid, not be misdiagnosed or the symptoms ignored and suffer as he did. He literally took his suffering and aimed it at transforming the lives of other people. He rose above what life threw at him. He was honoured back in 2012 with holding the Olympic torch, and he actually brought that torch into our school. And people took photographs and he's told us his story. It was one of the most amazing opportunities that the school has had in my time on campus. Matthew was an incredible young man, again, took his tragedy and transformed the lives of other people through his generosity and through his good spirit. You really can rise above what life throws at you if you have the right attitude, if you have the right desire, if you want to make that difference, you can. You don't have to resign yourself to the fact that life has dealt you difficult cards. You can make a difference in your life, for your life and in the lives of other people. Tragically, Alex passed away only a few months after we first got to know each other. Summer holiday, August 2012, Alex got sick and left this world, but his legacy, his believe and achieve attitude, he believed in himself. It was one of the most incredible mornings in PE history at King David High School. I'm going to take that as without any authority to say that. I'm not a PE teacher, but Alex came in. He was a basketball coach, disability basketball coach, and he had a group of year 7s who he trained in basketball from his wheelchair, and he controlled an entire year group just with the force of his personality. He could have been grumpy, he could have ignored, he could have really been a broken individual, but he didn't. He did not let his circumstances define him. He beat the circumstances in which he found himself in. Tragically, he passed away, but his legacy and his message of believe and achieve remains with me, and I want it to remain with you this morning. But I want to end with an amazing short piece of writing, autobiography in 5 short chapters. Recognize, is this the life that you are living? There's a hole in my sidewalk by Portia Nelson. Chapter 1. I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I'm lost. I'm helpless. It's not my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. Chapter 2. I walk down the same side street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place, but it's not my fault. It still takes a long time to get out. Chapter 3. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It's my fault, but I get out immediately. Chapter 4, I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. Doing better, but it's not the end. Chapter 5, I walk down another street. Today's challenge, walk down a different street. Don't fall in to the hole. Don't repeat the same mistakes. Don't let life determine that you have to fall into that hole just because you're walking on that street. You can choose to walk a different street. You can choose to believe and achieve. Have a great day.